Hello and welcome to the Contraceptives revision video from scienceworksheets.co.uk. Please like, subscribe and comment to support the channel. This video is for the purposes of revision for GCSE biology and combined science only. It is not intended as medical advice. Fertility is the natural physical capability to conceive a child and produce offspring. Fertility can be controlled using hormonal and non-hormonal contraception. Hormonal methods: the oral contraceptive pill. This pill contains hormones, usually estrogen and progesterone, or progesterone only. The pill prevents FSH being released, so the egg doesn't mature and ovulation doesn't happen. The contraceptive pill mainly prevents pregnancy by stopping ovulation, and it thickens the cervical mucus to make it harder for sperm to reach an egg, and thins the uterus lining to make implantation less likely. Progesterone only long-term methods. These long-term options include injection, an implant or skin patch of slow-release progesterone to inhibit the maturation and release of eggs for a number of months or years. Hormone-releasing IUD coil. This releases progesterone, which prevents pregnancy by making it difficult for the sperm to reach the egg and making the uterus lining thinner so implantation is less likely. The presence of the IUD device itself, which is a coil, also makes implantation of the egg into the uterus lining less likely. Non-hormonal methods, such as barrier methods. Examples include condoms and diaphragms. These physically stop the sperm reaching the egg. An advantage of this method over others is that the condoms also reduce STI transmission, so sexually transmitted infection, between an infected individual and an uninfected individual. Non-hormonal IUD. This is a copper coil that is placed in the uterus. In this case, it doesn't release hormones, but it prevents pregnancy by making it harder for sperm to survive or move due to the coil slowly releasing copper ions. It will also make implantation less likely due to the structure of the coil. Another non-hormonal method is spermicides. Spermicides are chemicals that kill or disable sperm. They are not entirely effective on their own, so they need to be combined with barrier methods, such as condoms. The natural methods, such as fertility awareness or abstaining at a fertile time, is also a non-hormonal method, and this method works by avoiding intercourse when the egg is likely to be present in the oviduct. It is only completely successful if intercourse is permanently avoided. If intercourse is only partially avoided, it is not a very reliable method of contraception. Sterilization. This is a more permanent method of contraception. In males, the vas deferens is cut. This is a tube that carries the sperm from the testes. In females, the oviducts are blocked or cut. This prevents the egg reaching the uterus. In both cases, pregnancy is prevented because the sperm and the egg cannot meet. Evaluating contraception methods. Reliability. How effective is the method of preventing pregnancy? For example, the pill is very reliable if taken correctly. Condoms are fairly reliable, and natural methods like fertility awareness are less reliable. Protection from STIs. Does the method reduce the risk of sexually transmitted infections? Only condoms provide protection against STIs. Evaluating contraception methods. We need to consider things like side effects. Are there any health effects to consider? So, for example, hormonal methods like the pill or the implant can cause side effects such as mood changes or nausea, which means sickness. Permanence. Is the method temporary or permanent? So sterilization would be a permanent method, whilst pills, condoms or implants are temporary. And ease of use. How easy is the method to use correctly? So, for example, taking a pill every day requires a lot more effort than having an implant or using a condom. Why contraception issues aren't just science. Science can tell us how contraception works and how effective different methods are, but it cannot answer all the questions about contraception, and this is because people have different personal or religious beliefs about contraception. Contraception decisions often involve ethical or cultural choices, not just biological facts. Access to contraception can be affected by social or economic factors. Deciding whether or which contraception to use involves personal, social, and moral considerations. Everyday and technological applications. Science has many applications in daily life and technology. Science is used in everyday life or in new technologies. So, for example, hormonal contraceptives are a technological application of biology. Evaluate, so advantages and disadvantages, the implications of these applications. So from a personal level, how these would affect individuals' health and choices. At a social level, the impact on society and relationships of contraception. Economic, the costs and access of contraception. And the environmental, any effects on the environment, so for example, disposal of medical devices or contraceptives. And we need to make decisions based on evidence and arguments. So in contraception, this means we weigh up the scientific evidence about effectiveness and safety alongside the social, economic and ethical considerations before deciding what's the best decision to use regarding contraception. Thank you for watching. See our revision notes, the link is in the description.